Good morning, guys. So today we're talking about Dad Challenge podcast, and the reason that we're going to talk about him is actually because of safety reasons. He is not only a hypocrite, but we're also going to talk about the safety side of things, because since he likes to, pick on people and pick on them some more and talk about things that have nothing to do with the kids that he's trying to save, I figured that today would be a good opportunity to not only remind everyone that he's a massive hypocrite, but also the fact that he is technically, with what he did here, he could have put his kid in a dangerous situation based on what could have happened. Now, obviously, this is just a coulda, woulda situation, but it's something that I talk about all the time. So why would I not talk about it when it comes to him? Now, as we already know, he has said before that if you're a public figure, you shouldn't be posting your kids online. He's made this kind of, he's kind of drawn this line in the sand, which I get on board with. If you're Sally Joe and you're just posting a picture of your kid once in a while at a birthday party or something like that, please don't take photos of other kids and post them to social media without consent. But if it's just once in a while and you're not a public figure or, anyone where people might be seeking out your social media, that's something completely different. The conversation is people with larger platforms sharing their kids. That's the conversation. And I don't know the video. I don't remember. And I'm not going to take the time to look for it. I know a lot of you guys will remember him saying this several months ago when Josh was being called out for having his kids on his YouTube and social media. He came to his audience and he said, you guys are right, and I'm going to have to put my social media on, I'm going to have to stop having my kids on social media, because he recognized that his platform was growing, and for once, it actually sounded like a moment that he had some self-awareness. And honestly, from that point on, I not only expected him to remove his kids from his social media, but I certainly didn't expect to see a photo of he and his daughter at the Blue Jays game in real time. So hold on, because I know the argument that someone's going to come back with. It might even be him. Oh, that was a photo from last week. That was a photo from last month. It wasn't in real time. Let's just say that argument is true. I don't think that it is, because historically Josh has been the type to post in real time. So I'm going off his fact pattern, not assumptions. But let's just say that it was a photo from last month and he wasn't posting in real time. He came to his audience and said that he was going to stop posting his kids on his social media. Now, I know his older kid who's helping him edit his videos now and all this kind of stuff, I think that kid is 18, so that's something a little bit different. But the photo that he shared on Instagram stories last night was of his daughter, and she's definitely not at an age to consent. So if the argument is that photo wasn't in real time, in my opinion, it's still something that he's being a massive hypocrite, just based off the fact that he recognized that his platform was growing and he was going to stop showing his kids, because a small part of his brain recognized that is being a hypocrite. Point blank, period. You cannot harp on other people who have the same size platform as you for sharing their kids, and then you share your kids, but it's okay for some reason. That's not the way that it works. Now, just for argument's sake, let's take the other side of the argument, and let's say that it was actually in real time, which is my personal belief. Again, based off of his posting patterns, based on what he's done before. He is a guy that posts in real time. He hasn't been the type to take photos and clips and then post them when he gets home, because that's the safe thing to do. If he did post that in real time, that is a safety concern. Why is that a safety concern? Because if someone who does not like him is at that Blue Jays game and they start looking around the stadium for he and his daughter, that could be a big problem. And on the opposite side of the coin, if it's someone who likes him and has formed some weird parasocial relationship with him, then they could be there looking for him and his daughter. You guys see why this is such a big problem? It's a very tricky situation. It's actually not tricky. It's tricky for him. But it's a situation where you really want to stand on your pedestal and constantly tell people all the right things to do. But then the rules don't apply to you, or the rules can be bent for you, or people are taking things out of context because it's you and you have haters and detractors. This is why people cannot stand him. This is why people have said, what's going on here? Why is this dude being a hypocrite? Why does he not want kids online, but then he's showing his kids on social media? And especially when he has recognized the fact that he shouldn't be showing his kids, and then he turns around and shows his kids. And I know that maybe not everyone cares about him showing his kids on Instagram. But if you're looking at it from the seat of, this is someone who runs a commentary channel about kids having privacy and being protected, bare minimum, you should be able to look at that situation and recognize that it's wrong. Bare minimum. If you like the guy and you think he's funny and quirky and whatever, that's fine. But being someone who's thinking from a logical point of view, you should be able to strip away that, oh, I like his video, I like his message, and be able to look at this for what it is, and it's him being a flat-out hypocrite. And I know that some people with commentary channels can be hypocritical at times, and most of the situations that I see, it's small hypocrisies that might not be being recognized by the person that's actually doing these things sporadically. But for this to be so blatant and obvious, to me, it's not something that's, oh, well, I didn't see it from that point. Like, this is something that he has fully, recognized. He has said that he recognized it. He has said that he wasn't going to do it. And then sure enough, he does it. So I think that this is also something where he believes that maybe people won't call him out, but I'm here to say that I will call him out whenever my heart desires, because it's just deplorable to look at this guy who thinks that he is just the authority for everyone on YouTube, and to see him just doing these obvious things that should not be done. And the only reason that I mention the real time part of this is because I know that that's the first thing that he can lie about. And Dad Challenge podcast has been shown, especially as of lately, that when he's called out on something, he'll either twist something to fit his side of the story, or he'll just flat out lie. And that's something that he can lie about, And if he can lie about something, then he's going to lie about it. And that's just my opinion. So that's why I wanted to give both sides of the situation. Obviously, if he posted in real time, that is more of a security concern than otherwise. But I'm also used to presenting a situation and him trying to wiggle out of it, because he knows that a lot of people will believe his bullshit nonsense that he puts out to people whenever he's called out. He's also being called out for this situation with his former mod, Tiffany. That's a whole situation. And I haven't quite gathered my thoughts on that yet, but the one thing that I will say is that it feels icky, and it feels like there's more to come on that, and it feels very sketchy to me. Something about that situation feels wrong, and I'm not sure what's going to come of it, but I guess we'll see. Usually if you look at a situation and it feels like, ooh, this feels kind of gross, there's a reason for that. So either way, I wanted to share my thoughts on this. I just don't understand how you can put a lot of faith into a commentary channel that's such an outright hypocrite time and time and time again. I also ended up watching one of his videos the other day because a couple of people sent it to me, and he had a sponsor for Skillshare. The thing that I'll say about him and his sponsors is Josh should have been very careful when he was coming for other influencer sponsors, because with some of the things that he has done and said, I don't know if a lot of these brands like VPNs and Skillshare, I'm not sure that they would be too proud to be aligned with Josh if they found out some of the things that he did. And that's the tricky thing, again, about coming for people's sponsors. You also have to make sure that you're keeping a really clean image, because what's going to happen is you're going to get sponsors, and all your fucking dirt and gross shit that you've done is going to come back around. So be careful. Be very careful, especially when you're going out of your way to just be a menace. And that's what I've seen with him. So either way, that's going to be it for now. If you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. See you guys soon. Bye.